Bienvenue tout le monde à VAFA TV pour la deuxième semaine du saison. Hello everyone, welcome to VAFA TV. It is of course Multicultural Week in the VAFA, round 12, Multicultural Week. I was trying to be French. Not sure if we've got too many French people playing in the VAFA. This week we're coming from the Dragons' home base here in Keeley Park. The Dragons, of course, a new club to the VAFA. We're going to see how they do things on a Thursday night. They're in Division 4 at the moment. I think they're about 5th or 6th. We'll ask a few of the key people how they do things. Of course, they're also going to enter someone in VAFA TV's Search for a Star. Before we go and have a look at what's it like at the Dragons Football Club, it was representative football last weekend and there were some great highlights. Let's have a look at some of the highlights from the Big V taking on the AFL Victoria country.
Luby goes long and wide. Ryan Colbert in front, but nearly great hands. Umpire said play on. The man who dropped the mark couldn't take it in the end. They've charged through Howard. Howard streams through the centre of the Junction Oval. The ex-Richmond player Cam Howard goes long and through the middle. Great goal, great transference of play by the VAFA. They go into two straight. That far, went as far as Wake. Now they've still got the ball. Bath at the bottom of the pack. Also Thompson coming in hard for Vic Country. Now Patterson got the ball. Goss. The ball came from Brendan Goss. And Brendan Goss went bang and kicked another goal, and that's his fourth. And he's very clear. They'll head it out towards Lee Burkett. Misses him. Ryan Colbert. Edgar's got another chance from 35. And this time makes no mistake. Phil Edgar puts the ball through. And that's St Kevin's representative from...
It's all blue jumpers here with the white Big V. Handball back here to Ryan Eade. He get the handball over the top here to his teammate in Gaff. Chain of handballs now ends up for the ball with Charlie Haley. He kicks the full forward. Lovely mark taken.
Some great results there for the VAFA, winning 2 out of those 3 games against AFL Victoria Country. Just missed the one in the Premier Beta Division 4 game. Right, earlier in the week, on a Wednesday morning, I was fortunate enough to be invited along, or we went along as VAFA TV to Hawthorn Amateur Football Club to see for a special breakfast looking at the issues of mental health, and particularly men's mental health around football clubs. Wayne Schwass, who has, of course, publicly admitted and battled depression, was the guest speaker. And he spoke brilliantly about facing his demons and how we as a society now need to look and help out those men around us. The VAFA, of course, is linked to the charity and the awareness organisation 1 in 5, and they were mentioned also. Take a look at how it all unfolded at Hawthorn Amateurs for this special breakfast.
Saw the need a few years ago now when
on Wednesday morning this week, Hawthorn Amateur Football Club held a special breakfast to help raise awareness for mental health issues.
With the club had suicided, and they're represented by these jumpers and polo shirts.
For the past 6 years, Hawthorn have dedicated a week of the football season to raising awareness and money for a special fund that will help players that are suffering from mental health issues.
I invite Wayne to come and speak to you now and tell us that there was a lot more to his life than football. Please make him welcome.
The club invited former AFL star Wayne Schwass to come and speak about his battle with depression.
More importantly, something that I'm incredibly passionate about, and that is the issue of mental health. And this is the reason why we're here, 1, 2 and 3. I love my dad dearly. My dad's been with me many times.
Schwass had the room in silence as he told details about his story.
But he's a man that is an old-fashioned individual. I've seen my dad cry once, and that was when his mother passed away and I was a young boy. And I grew up with this attitude that men don't cry.
The mental illness is not a weakness, and that we should support people that suffer from mental illness the same way as we support all the other legitimate health concerns out there. And I think that we need to continue to do that to make people feel as though they deserve the best treatment.
Vividly to this day, and the only words I heard him say, clinically depressed. 25, 100 games, fit, playing something that I love, getting really well paid. I walked out of that room ignorantly thinking at that time that depression was for weak people. It was an ignorant, arrogant, uneducated view that I had of it.
Neil Cole from the National Advisory on Mental Health also spoke at the breakfast on how it's important for people to go out and speak about mental health rather than just throwing up ads on TV.
Not insubstantial, that the best way of getting the message across and for people to understand and for it to be enduring is not through trams and big campaigns, but actually by the word of mouth. But in spite of...
How important are mornings like this for Hawthorn Abbott Footy Club, David?
Very, very important. It's something that we've been involved with now for a number of years, probably 5 or 6 years, Andrew, in being all about raising awareness. It's not so much about putting on a function or not so much about what we can do to raise cash like most other functions are for the club. This whole week for our footy club is all about raising awareness, mental health issues. We've been unlucky enough as a club to be struck down in recent years by losing 3 people who were connected with the club through suicides. So we want to make sure that we do everything possible to avoid that.
What that tells me is you can still be incredibly unwell, but still achieve some amazing things. And that's one of the really important lessons in all of this, is that because you live with a mental illness doesn't mean that we can't perform.
Schwass was adamant that despite the media often hiding away the reporting of mental health issues, it should be spoken about more often.
Topic to talk about. There's a train of thought that if we talk about it, people will go and do it, not copycat it, but people are doing it anyway, so we should be talking about it.
I'll leave you with a couple of things. It's not a weakness. It's actually a strength to put your hand up and ask for help. The moment you do that, amazing how much help's available.
You can watch the full version of this story at vafa.com.au.
They were flame grilled ribs.
What's your favourite thing about the Dragons?
Are you going?
Yeah, we're on. What do you love about the Dragons Football Club?
Oh,
Sorry, Hawthorn Football Club.
Hawthorn Football Club?
Yeah.
Oh man, born and bred. But Dragons? Nah, just love the culture, mate. Yeah, like all these boys, multicultural as you can see. I'm from Turkey myself. Background.
It's multicultural week in the VAFA.
Oh, of course. Parents Vietnamese immigrants, so yeah, I'm a product of that. Born in Melbourne, so grew up here. I guess I'm as Australian as I am Vietnamese, a bit of both.
On a Thursday night, is it the food or the humour? What takes your fancy?
Probably my cooking. My cooking's probably the best thing here.
I'm Vietnamese, so grew up in Perth, but moved over here. So,
what isn't there to love about this footy club, man? The multiculturalism, all the boys you should see after, like as you can see, all the different foods that we offer on a Thursday night dinners.
About here on a Thursday night, besides the guys that you know, is there something that particularly takes your fancy? The food or the humour, or what is it?
It's not the food.
What's your specialty?
Vietnamese broken rice.
Is that your background, cultural background, Vietnamese? It's cultural week in the Viet.
Half Vietnamese, half Spanish.
Half Spanish? Yeah. So you speak a bit of Spanish or Vietnamese at home?
No, Vietnamese.
What do you think of the cuisine in the kitchen?
Oh man, some weeks you got to see it, man. Sometimes it can be horrible. They can really do ya, but you got to stick around for the food, eh? Like tonight, it's pretty good. Ribs.
Rating out of 5?
I'd give it a 5. Ribs is up there.
I'm half Romanian. They call me the Romanian Wolverine. First generation Australian. This is my first football club.
Hey, for footballer, do you compare yourself to?
there's a few guys out there, but probably I like Luke Hodge, so nice and tough.
Luke Hodge, hard hitter, solid contender.
What are the differences since 2007 till now?
We're a lot tighter sort of net unit back in 2007 with just 30 odd players. Now a range of personalities, 80, 90 odd players. So you find small little factions everywhere, I guess, and it's kind of cool to see that everyone has a group of friends to hang out with.
The guy who's going to perform for us tonight, is he any good, and what are you hoping to see from him?
Oh mate, he's been handing CDs around, so I haven't heard it yet, but apparently he's pretty good.
The song is called Regulators. It's by Warren G and Nate Dogg. The song is dedicated to Peter Bow.
Thanks, mate.
while Orange was on the scene, trying to consume skirts while that eve, so I can get some fun. On my ride to another just to the east side of the LBC. On a mission trying to find some oranges. Caught a little girl in the street. All you skirts know what's up with 213. I hooked some man, 213 loose. You brought the shoot lights, so I said, let's do this. We jumped out my ride and said, what's up? Some brothers put some gats and I said, I'm stuck. So my girl's shooting me, I'm a gliding swift. She's looking so hard, straight into the curve. Swinging better things and some corny tricks. Didn't bother with some suckers all in his mix. Getting jacked, breaking my sweat. Can't believe they're taking more as well. Took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brother, said, damn, what's next? And my boogie headed up and they all around the street. Motherfucking kicking pound for pound. Let's pull up real quick before they start to crowd. I best pull out my gas and let these busters down.
Back up dancing.
Stealing the clip and one in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some hot sun cold. Dropping and yelling, it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. If you know like I know, you don't want to step to this. It's the G-Funk era, funked out with the gangster twist. You smoke like I smoke and you high like every day. And if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate. And just like I thought, they were in the same spot in need of some desperate help. Nate Dogg and the G-Child were in need of something else. One of these days, you're sexy as hell. I said, ooh, I like your size. So my car's broke down and you seem real nice with you. Let me ride. I got a car full of girls and it's going real swell. Next stop is the East Side Motel.
Preparation to do that performance tonight?
No.
Well, when did they tell you you were going to perform?
A few weeks ago.
Oh, see, that's a couple of weeks. That's all right. Yeah. And did you just thought you'd keep going with the songs there, or you weren't happy with the first one, so you thought you'd do another one?
I was just feeling feeling the love from the crowd, so I kept going.
Very good.
I've come around